it's Saturday, but then due to the call of service again emanating from our test, we will just have an hour of this. We will have an hour for this preliminary as a part of your guidance in doing the offline workshop today and the following days. So for us to start the day, so may we call Ma'am Hazel Chavez of Baguio City Science National High School to play an audiovisual presentations as the preliminaries of today's activity. Thank you, Ma'am Hazel.
Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyong bibigay. Tungkulin kong nagampanan na lagi kang paglingkuran. Ang laya mo'y nabantayan, Pilipinas kong mahal. Ang bayan ko'y tanging ikaw, Pilipinas kong mahal, ang puso ko at buhay man sa iyong bibigay. Tungkulin ang nagampanan na lagi kang paglingkuran. Ang laya mo'y nabantayan, Pilipinas kong
Lord, thank you for this day, for the presence of everyone in this call. For once again, we are gathered and given the opportunity to appreciate life and your words. Forgive us for our shortcomings and cleanse our hearts as we learn and live your words and example. Father, bless our endeavors, especially today's meeting. May you guide us in our discussions, and may you enlighten our minds in every decision that we make. Give us your grace that we may effectively do our parts for your greater glory. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
So this is the Depth and Quality Policy Statement. The Department of Education is committed to provide learners with quality basic education that is accessible, inclusive, and liberating through proactive leadership, shared governance, evidence-based policies, standards and programs, responsive and relevant curricula, highly competent and committed officials, teaching and non-teaching personnel, and enabling environment. The department uploads the highest standards of conduct and performance to fulfill stakeholders' needs and expectations by adhering to constitutional mandates, statutory and regulatory requirements, and systems client satisfaction through continuous improvement of the quality management system.
All right. So thank you so much, Mom Hazel, for uh, leading the preliminaries for today's activity. So thank you so much. Now may I share my screen? Kita po ba?
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
po.
Ayan. All right. So again, welcome. So ako na ang opening and welcome to all the participants for the day 2 of our virtual training workshop for quarter 2 digitization on learning management system course content packages here at the division of Baguio City. So what we did already is per learning area. We didn't have a plenary as a whole since we have it on the first quarter. So for this second quarter, since we are already guided on what to do for the plenary, then we will just continue and continuously innovating and improving whatever the processes that we have adopted during the first quarter. So just for the information of everyone, digitalization as it was given to us by Sir Bauer is the term that is to be used when we're going to convert or translate now the print module into an interactive activity. So likewise that we did in the LMS. And this course content packages, I called it CCP for us to easier to recognize the word tapnon tayo malipatan. Kat daytoy nga CCP, it was actually called from the regional office terminology para magkakaparehas tayo po ng language in terms of this learning areas or courses that we have digitalized use of the learning management system on the premise of the. So again, we called it learning management system course content package. So halimbawa, sasabihin natin sa EPP grade 4 AFA, that is their course content package. So CCP grade 4 AFA. Yan, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 until week 8. Yan po. Kaya this is the term used for the division and the region for our digitalized learning resources. Yan. Okay, so yesterday, as the memo was uploaded last Thursday and participants was actually updated yesterday morning for this virtual training workshop, and we did a meeting with the TWG yesterday afternoon. Bakit po sa hapon? Because of equally important activities that I am attending in the morning. So we had it in the afternoon to iron out things that we have to do for this training workshop for quarter 2. So presenting to you also the minutes, or no, not minutes, the agenda that we have discussed yesterday with the TWG, the Technical Working Group, and key focal person in charge per key stages. Yan. So before we can move on to this, may we have first the checking of attendance per key stages. So moving on now to our main agenda. TWG and members, ito po kasi yung napag-usapan namin kahapon. So I got actually the statuses of the quarter 1 LMS CCP utilization. Why did I get the utilization of the CCP? Because this will actually lead us if we will continue the pursuit of this LMS. And so far, as outlined in our basic education learning continuity plan, we are gearing towards hybrid learning, and we are adopting the LMS. Nauna lang tayo sa Baguio before nag-craft yung region, but region is also gearing towards the utilization of this learning management system. And for the provision of the procured or to be procured tablets for the learners that are more, that are yung mga recipients dito sa ating Tech Teach program or project. Yan. So far kahapon naman, based on the statuses given by our TWG, There are, so I will just have it in the generic part. There are some schools who already enrolled all their participants or all their learners in the LMS. However, there are still learners who cannot really access the LMS because they have no gadget. So at the school level, with the leadership of the school principal, yun sana ang titignan natin so that in the procurement of the tablets, they will be the one to prioritize so that at the end of this school year and the succeeding school year, because we do not know kung kailan mag-end itong pandemic, is ready na tayo sa full implementation. We didn't see that this LMS will be fully implemented this first quarter, but at least we will see an improvement of the utilization of LMS in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. Yan. So hindi na tayo nagche-check sana ng mga modules in case that all the learners will be equipped, and as well as us, tayo pong mga teachers are equipped on how to make pindot-pindot or make the technical specifications or aspects of this LMS so that we can guide the teacher, we can guide the parents and the learners on how to do it. So yun, pinapag-aralan pa rin natin actually hanggang ngayon, 'di ba? There are still updated features that we need to learn in the learning management system kasi ang DepEd din, since license si DepEd dito, ina-update din niya tayo sa mga features na pwede nating gamitin. Yan. Okay, so at in our closing pala, our closing program will be supposedly we'll have it Friday next week para makasubmit na rin kayo ng output Friday. I want also to know the LMS CCP status. So we will be having a survey for this to all the participants at their school level, utilization of the course content packages. Kung ilan ang class or ilan ang learners na nag-utilize ng course content packages. Yan. Okay, so we will have the survey link later on. In your classes in your classes, not in the school. So we will have just it in your class. To all the participants. Okay, so for another one is, may I remind po the DTRs of the participants for quarter 1. Ganito po yung nangyari. Actually, during our break plenary for the workshop last August 23 to 27, we were confident that we can certify all the names of the participants and submit it. So upon submission to the focal person, talagang hinanap po yung Form 48. So we cannot do otherwise because they cannot credit your 5-day service credit if without the DTRs. So we are just waiting for the DTRs po ng other participants for me to fully submit yung list of the Q1 developers for this LMS CCP. So again, I am calling the participants and your friends, our friends in DepEd who were actually participants for quarter 1 to please fill out the DTR, and ako po ang magsasign to confirm your attendance for the 5-day service credit po. Yan. And then to this quarter 1 DTI, we will have also a DTR again for quarter 2. Siguro kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-submit, doblehin na natin yung submission. DTR for quarter 2, you are entitled to a 4-day service credit. Since we are going to papasok po tayo ng Monday, Tuesday until Friday and we are being monitored, ang ginawa po namin is yung 16 ngayon is credited, 16, 23, and 30. Yun po yung ilalagay ninyo sa DTR. Ang per day kasi, ang per hour ng Saturdays equates to 1.5 hours. So 3 days is tantamount to 4 days. 3 Saturdays tantamount to 4 days. Kaya sa DTR po natin for the quarter 2 developers, please fill out Saturdays of October 16, 23, and 30 for us to be able to gain the service credit of 4 days. Yan, for the second quarter. Yan. Okay, so thank you to that. And then health kit for the unclaimed. Ito po yung health kit for the unclaimed. And certificates pala po ng quarter 1, available na po sa office. You may come and claim, or kung may pupunta po sa division office, pasuyo na lang po ninyo sa akin, sa kanya, para sabihin niya sa akin, I can give all the certificates for Q1 Red developers. Yan. Okay, so let's move for the next ito na po yung main topic natin. Mechanisms for the digitalization for this quarter 2. Parts to be reconciled so that we will follow what the regional office are doing in terms of quality assurance of the LMS course content packages that we are doing. So, this will be part ng ating main agenda. So please allow me to move to the next slide. So ito na po. You remember the po ba? May I ask the participants? During quarter 1, we focus on 3 categories sa ating LMS CCP. So these are the content, written works, and performance tasks. Tama po ba? May I have a confirmatory statement from the participants? Kung ito yung ginawa natin, content, written works,
Yes
and
po.
performance.
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yan. Okay. So,
Yes,
tama
ma'am.
po. Yan, content. Ngayon po, i-improve natin kung paano natin i-deliver yung content doon sa course content packages na gagawin natin. So, as you can see in the screen, na nakikita na po natin ng parts ng content. Under content, 'di ba, pag open natin sa ating content part, there you go, our learning objective, the MELC base or CG base for junior high school, CG base objective, curriculum guides objective as of 2016 ang ilalagay natin. And we have an introduction. So just introduction for us to have a springboard on the learning objective and connect it to the lesson proper. So saan po natin kukunin itong introduction, which can serve as the springboard, or it can be a review or a motivation activity? Yan. You can get it in what I know or what's new doon sa SLM modules. What I know or what's new. Isa lang po yung ilalagay natin, ma'am, mga madam, mga sir, mga kaibigan. Isa lang po. Wag po nating ilagay yung dalawa. Kasi baka yung isa, ang daming activities, yung what I know activities composed of 10 activities, may mga i-click pa sila doon, it might get their time. So kung pwedeng just a springboard to make it more interactive for them, to serve as a review, then kunin natin kung ano ang mas fitting and mas essential motivation or springboard to our learners before they will read the lesson proper. Kung i-compare po natin ito in a face-to-face scenario, 'di ba, kung nagtuturo tayo, pag-present natin ng objective sa klase, we ask the students their existing prior knowledge to serve as our review. So halimbawa, yung lesson mo is about pagtatanim. So your introduction is, sino na sa inyo ang nakatanim ng mga halaman? So may nag-raise ng hand. O anong tinanim mo? Yan. So that's already your springboard to your lesson. Diba? Isa lang a simple question that serves already as a review or a motivation or activating the prior knowledge of the learners. Same din po yung ilalagay natin sa intro. Kaya yung mga Red developers for this course content packages, tignan natin, wag nating masyadong damihan kasi usually yung comment po ng region, they have seen our CCP for quarter 1, too many activities na kailangan nilang ipindot ng tama, mali, bago pa yung lesson proper. Kaya yun po yung medyo in-streamline natin. Kung pwedeng 3 lang na to activate their prior knowledge or serve as a motivation or serve as a review, yun lang po, 2 o 3. Kasi doon sa ating course content package, may mga, sa akin kasi na nag-try, medyo naglalag siya. It takes time. Parehas yung mga tanong. Nakalima na ako. Meron pang tanong. Naka-6. Kaya I asked the developer to streamline, bawasan. So as we come to an agreement, please, we can have it at least 3. Interactive activity. Maximum na po yun para hindi tayo mag-exceed sa 5. Masyado nang marami yung 5 kasi pipindot sila and then it will add actually yung sa pag download ng bata, baka mas, yun nga, kung mas too loaded, mas mahirap i-download. Maraming kakainin na RAM or storage sa ating mga Android phones, especially for the learners. Yan. Okay, so let's come to an agreement na lang po later part and with your TWG, at least 3, pero isang activity lang related. Baka after what I know, pinasok ulit natin yung what's new, another activity, wala pa sa lesson proper. Yung lesson proper, isang slide lang. Yan. So, tignan natin yan po ha. So, it could measure yung, or it can activate their motivation to move on to the next lesson. Tapos yung clicking natin, anyway, your TWG will guide you. Meron, click na naman yung next button natin, next, back. Please, TWG, yun po yung tignan natin pala sa giving of TA sa ating mga developers, yung next at saka yung next at saka yung back buttons. I think it was reiterated during the Q1 development of this course content packages. Okay, moving on is the lesson proper. Ito na po yung what is in it. What's in it? Yan. This is now the lesson proper which you can copy directly from the modules. Yan. So, ikokopya na ni pre-developers. After ng what's in it, diba, during in the face-to-face classroom, way back pre-pandemic, pagkatapos ng lecture mo, chine-check mo kung may naintindihan yung mga bata, yung mga learners. So, nagtatanong ka. Usually, we do a very common question and answer portion. And that is formative activity. That's a formative strategy to check the level of understanding of our learners in terms of the lesson that we gave it to them. So in these formative activities, we can get it in what's more. Yan, isa lang po, maximum of 3 activities. Ito, maximum, sinabi kong maximum of 3 activities kasi nga we cannot exceed more for this. Kung titignan ninyo ito kasi, tignan nyo yung content part ng ating course content package, naka-line up po siya doon sa format ng learning activity sheets. But halimbawa, isang activity lang yung ibibigay mo. What's more, yung what's more activity is for them, it's an open-ended question that they will type their answer. Then, kung kasya na po yun, to check their prior knowledge. But if you want that the learners will see the correct answer right away, you can have a true or false question, or you can have yung mga features natin doon, yung multiple choice, pwede rin siya. Yan. Okay. So, limit na ulit natin ng 3 activities. Kung sinabi ko pong 3 activities, halimbawa, activity 1 mo ay true or false. Mayroon kang 2. Activity mo is an open-ended question. Activity 2, open-ended question, meron kang 2. Activity 3 is one sentence, which you can link in your generalization siguro, or let's say 1 sentence kasi may tanong ka, then hanggang dun lang po. Yan. Kung tingin nyo yung activity 1 will not suffice, will not help them understand better the lesson, you can have activity 2. Pero kung yung lesson proper mo ang haba-haba na, tapos hahabaan pa natin yung formative assessment, siguro doon na rin kayo mag-decide. It's your prerogative. I give the trust and confidence that yun nga, we have learned the strategies and teaching methodologies on how to gain yung motivation natin sa learners. Take note that this pandemic, the more activities you give, the more nga madida kayat nga aramidon. Kaya tignan natin kung which is, it will help our learners saan ba doon. Kung mahaba yung lecture na binasa nila tapos magbigay ka ng 5 activities, hindi rin siya recorded. Take note, formative activities are not recorded. These are just to check the level of understanding of our learners in terms of grasping or yung level of understanding nila, pagkakaintindi nila sa lesson proper. Kaya dependent na po sa inyo. I give the trust and confidence also to you, our dear teachers, mga friends in DepEd, that you know kung ilang activity ang pwedeng gawin ng bata before sila go for the generalization of the activity. Yung generalization kasi na ito, parang ito yung conclusion. Take notes sa ating lesson proper, meron ng generalization, conclusion, summary, ganon. So actually pwede itong generalization. It can also be a summary of the lesson. It can also be their learning, reflection on the lesson proper. Pero hindi yun yung written and performance task ha. So saan natin kukunin po ito? We can get it from what I have learned. Yan. So what I have learned from the SLM. Depende na naman, please see kung what I have learned is suitable to the lesson proper. Take note that ito lang para as a writer and as a developer, we will see the triangulation of 3 components. 3 lang naman talaga yung tinitingnan natin in the quality assurance. Your objective, that is milk-based, is congruent to the lesson proper. Kung yung objective mo is definition of an entrepreneur, dapat sa lesson proper, meron yon, definition of an entrepreneur. And then yung second objective mo is discuss the characteristic of an entrepreneur. Doon sa lesson proper, meron din yon, characteristics of an entrepreneur. Makikita din po yon. So the same is true when we move to the written works and performance tasks. Kasi triangle po yun na parang, di ba, halimbawa, may I just have an illustration or a pen? Di ba sa ating part kasi ng lesson, we have 3. So, congruency ng 3. So, we have the CG or the objective. We have the lesson LP. Sorry, nagpe-pen ako. LP, and then we have the assessment. Ito na yung written works and performance tasks. Dapat nagkakaugnay po ang mga ito, aligned, or they are congruent. Hindi ko na masulat. Yan, wala akong pen. Okay, aligned po yung 3. Kaya yun po yung tignan po natin, yung ating objective, which is milk-based or CG-based, aligned to our lesson proper, and aligned to our written works and performance tasks. Thus, going back to the generalization, which I am talking about a while ago, please, we will see to it that our generalization is pertaining to their understanding to the lesson. So yun nga po, your strategy can be a summary, or it can be a conclusion, or it can be a reflection. Yan. Okay, so you can take it from what I've learned. So I think I partly discussed already the written works and performance tasks. So i-check ulit natin because I know that our SLM is hindi po siya perfect as it is. I know that you can still make improvement of this written parts of the SLM. So if there will be some improvement, please do so for written works and performance tasks. So, saan po natin kukunin yan? It can be taken from what I can do, or post-assessment or additional activity. Usually for written works, you get it from the post-assessment. Tama. So your performance task, you can get it from what I can do or the additional task of the self-learning modules. So, yan lang po. So, in terms of the parts that we have to place in the course content package, we are already guided on what to place po. So, here you go, ladies and gentlemen, yung mga kailangan natin pang balikan kasi yung mga elementary, naka-start na sila for AFA, Agriculture and Fishery Arts. So please revisit your course content packages developed so that we will improve still before we will have the submission. For technical assistance, per schedule, makipag-ugnayan po kayo sa TWG so that they will also present to you the matrix of their activities. Yan. Okay, so may I move on? Timeline for the quarter 2. So our write shop will start right away after this. So October 16 to 23, 2021. Submission of our output in the LMS CCP, i-check po ng mga TWGs until October 23, 2021. But we will have our closing on October 20, 23 din sana. Okay ba kayo sa 23 or we will have it on the 22?
22.
Sige. Kuwan na lang. Mag-poll survey tayo. Ma'am Cindy, may I ask a favor? Mag-poll survey tayo. I-send mo sa ating group chat as TWG. I-send yung mga key focal per key stage for our closing program. It can be 23 or the next date, 23, 24, 25. Can be 25. So we can have 22, 23, or 25. Yung 30 na nilagay natin doon, okay lang yun. We did it anyway. You will be using your weekdays to input your digitized course content packages or develop. Yan. So another announcement, since the chairman for key or focal person per key stages will have their matrix, demonstration of the LMS CCP is also encouraged. So for example, for grade 4, may magde-demo na dalawa, gustong mag-demo so that I think this will be I take it positively for those who want to demo yung dinevelop nila. At least we can see at the division level kung paano gagamitin ito. And we might as well invite other school heads to see. Kaya please arrange this po if there are some teachers and developers who want to take the division demonstration of their developed course content packages. Please coordinate with your TWG so that they will inform me. We will invite at least virtual naman po siya. We will invite isa o dalawa na school head or maybe a teacher, or let's say baka pwede ang PSDS po. But certainly ako po, school head and isang master teacher to observe. And of course, for your fellow participants. Yan. Don't worry, we will give na po your certificates for this demonstration. Yan. Okay, so I encourage this. This will be one encouragement also for those teachers who want to gain their demonstration. Baka pwede pa nating gamitin yan na pwede ninyong sasabing COT ko. Kung gusto ninyo yung school head ninyo mismo, pwede naman po. We can actually arrange para makita nila why I'm doing this. Because we want to empower actually the advantages of using LMS CCP. Yung course content packages, pwedeng i-deliver yan ni teacher na gawin din ng learner. Yung learner natin sa demonstration ninyo will be your participants. So makikita sa screen mismo during your demonstration, ilang yung nagre-respond, paano mo i-check, di ba? So that will encourage actually the higher management, because for me, at the back of my mind, I'm actually thinking to invite Ma'am Chief so that she will also see yung real scenario ng utilization or how the dry run that we will be doing or your demonstration kung paano nagagamit yung course content packages. Okay, so I will be happy if I will know that there are some interested teachers for key stages who wants to demonstrate the use of LMS CCP as one of the adapted online distance delivery, online distance learning, and one of the learning delivery modalities that we have adapted in our division. Yan. Okay, and another one is your service credit for 4 days. DTR dates, October 16, 23, and 30. Okay, so I think that ends my presentation. Let's now move to the Q&A portion. If there are some questions, the TWGs are here. But if we can answer po, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Pwede pong magtanong.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes po, go ahead. So may I stop sharing so I can see sino po yung nagtatanong? Okay lang po?
Yes, ma'am.
I-end ko lang yung presentation ko. Yan. Discard. Okay, so here you go. Sino po
Mrs. Makayan
yung
po.
first na magtatanong? Maybe in asking question, we can use the hands raise button, or we can use para we can see the sequence. Okay, nakita ko on the screen is si Ma'am Makayan. Okay, go ahead. Ma'am Makayan is from Irisa National High School.
Okay,
You are
ma'am.
recognized, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Ma'am, yung tanong ko lang, yung mga na-develop na modules, parang klaro lang na ma'am, to confirm. Yung mga na-develop na modules for quarter 1, yun gagawin ulit na i-apply na itong sinabi nyo ngayon?
Okay. Thank you for your question, Ma'am Minda. Hindi po. We will continuously improve yung sinabi ko po kanina. So, the parts that I have presented is applicable for quarter 2 na po.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes po. Quarter
Ma'am,
2.
isa pa po. Ma'am, isa pa po.
Yeah.
Ma'am, tanungin ko lang kung natanggap nyo yung DTR namin from Irisan.
Yes po, ma'am. It's with me. Yan.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, thank you so much, Ma'am Minda, for that confirmatory answer. Yan. Okay, so any other question coming from the field po, coming from our participants, 54 participants online? Any other question? Yes, Sir Ala.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Sir Chris. Nag-raise si Sir Ala. Okay. Sir Ala, you're on deck. Sir Chris, you're recognized.
Dun sa content page natin, yung parts na na-discuss niyo, yun as is ba yun? Ayun talagang pa-follow natin?
Yes po, sir.
Ay, yung requirement ng region. Kasi kung para hindi masyado madami dun sa parts. Kung
Saan
per
pong
page,
parts?
dun sa content, ma'am.
Oo.
Tapos,
Which-
para hindi masulit yung formative activities, pwede bang i-distribute doon sa lesson proper?
Okay. Baka maguluhan ulit.
Inisip ko, ma'am, kung may part na first part na lesson, that is page 1 doon sa content, tapos bigyan mo siya ng question na 2 na sabi nyo. Then after that, again, dun, yung susunod na lesson, meron ulit para hindi naka-concentrate doon sa formative activities na bali 3 na activity. Kung pwedeng ganun, ma'am, na-alter natin itong ng region, pero pag hindi, hindi na lang na natin ito.
Okay. Siguro, kasi thank you for your question, Sir Chris. I know that there are lengthy lectures or in the lesson proper, may mga lengthy. May mga lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3 actually in the content. para hindi tayo magkakaiba ng format, kasi this is the regional QA format that's sent to me, and upon deliberation with Ma'am Jonaline, hindi naman siya prescriptive na 3. Basta ang sabi niya, there will be a formative assessment that will measure the understanding of the learner. Sabi ko naman, yes ma'am, part naman po siya, at saka we adopted that. Yung query ni Sir Chris, na i-in-between natin, siguro case-to-case basis, sir. Kung talagang mahaba yung lesson, talagang 3 segmented yung topics nyo, pwede siguro in-between. So we have after lesson 1, formative 1, lesson 2, formative 2. Otherwise, kung iisa yung lesson lang po, iisang topic lang po iyon, na iyong, which capture learning objective, we will go for the one that I have presented. So,
Okay, ma'am.
I repeat, if it's a lengthy discussion composed of three lengthy content parts, we may have it insertion. We can insert the formative assessment. But if it's only one, we will follow the regional format for uniformity po. Yan, kaya case-to-case basis po ito, because I've seen especially for mga added topics sila na medyo lengthy yung discussion. Yan. So, was I able to answer yung question, yung tanong po, Sir Chris?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, sige.
Yung baka maunahan ko yung TWG namin. Sa exploratory, wala kami masyadong module. So, okay lang ba yung national module? Learning module na binigay ng national noon na K-12? Doon kami mag-base?
Okay.
Kaya iniisip ko, kung yung doon kami mag-base, parang wala naman yung ibang mga activities based doon sa format ng region.
Yan. Okay, so thank you for that question again, Sir Chris. Okay, so we will answer na. Yes po, sir. The only reference that we have for the exploratory ng grade 7 and 8 is actually the K-12 learning materials coming from the central office. Yes, very complicated yun in terms of that. So, pwede pa rin ninyo po doon yung activities. Kayo na lang po ang bahalang mag-select doon kung saan ang fitting for, which fits for, di ba, you have to chop that per week. Tipo ba? Or per week so that it can capture 8 weeks. So from week 1, saan doon for topic for week 1, according to the objective that you place, saan doon ang pwede ninyong gamitin na motivation or yes, your motivation or your lesson introduction to the lesson before you move to the lesson proper, before you move to the formative and the generalization. Yun. So, dun po tayo mag-focus sa parts pa rin. You can still get it from the national po, Sir Chris, and to the other G7.
Okay. So, bali pwede rin kaming gagawa with our own kung wala kaming mahanapan dun sa module.
Okay.
Activities o yung mga, let's say for example, yung summative, wala naman yata dun.
Okay.
So, mag-construct na kami. Mas challenging yung task namin.
Okay. Thank you for that follow-up question. Tama po, Sir Chris. Kaya, I am encouraging with Ma'am Daphne, since kayo po ang nakatoka doon with Ma'am Dolores, please, yung national learning material natin for exploratory course, so, kung as I have mentioned yesterday, kung wala pong nabago doon, kung copy paste or copy in tuto the activity, the content doon sa course content package, kung itra-translate po natin yan into a learning activity sheets, hindi po natin i-credit sa sarili natin. Pero yung tanong ni Sir Chris na sabi niya, kung ako ang magpa-formulate doon sa assessment, which means meron na siyang modification So it can be in the learning activity sheets that you will be having as in a print material, pwedeng siya yung mailalagay na redevelop by pangalan na niya. So halimbawa si Sir Chris ano siya ng crop production, agricultural crop production. Ginawa niya yung assessment for written works and performance tasks. So kung itra-translate niya yan into a print activity or print learning resource, gagawin na niyang redevelop by Christopher Danglose. Pero please note still doon sa una nating ginagawa sa ating LMS-CCP that the source or yung original is from the central office. So you can now have your modification and you can credit your name if you did some modification, improvement, especially in terms of the assessment and activities, and you have inserted other essential content materials or content lectures in the lesson proper. Yan po. Yan po, Sir Chris. So, nasagot ko po ba yung tanong mo, Sir? Sir Chris? Okay. So, applicable po yan sa lahat po ha. So, kung sa SLM, meron po kayong, kasi sa elementary, gagawa, I've already instructed all the TWG, elementary and junior high school exploratory to translate all the CCP into a print LAS. Para yun po yung ibibigay natin sa LR for them to re-upload to give. Bakit ka ating gagawin ito? To give equity. Halimbawa, si learner, nag-CCP siya, LMS CCP, so wala siyang module. There are still learners who do not have the gadget. So nag-ano siya ng SLM only, self-learning module only. So we can now give the print version of the redeveloped CCP na yun yung ipiprint ng per school. So to give it equity, I told it equity kasi some learners have gadget, other learners do not have. So to give them an equal learning opportunity na hindi masyadong marami yung gagawin ng bata kasi baka mamaya yung grade 7 kasi pina-photocopy lahat yung learning material. Ang daming activity nun. Lalo na kung hindi in-streamline ni teacher. Kaya sa grade 7 and grade 8 parehas din po yung parang gagawin ng elementary. Yan. Sa specialization, per specialization naman na siya, kaya okay lang yun. Okay, so yun po yung additional natin for exploratory and for the elementary group. Okay, I've seen actually one raising hand, si Sir Ala. Sir Ala, you're recognized.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Regarding for the exploratory courses, yung
Yes, sir.
in here in our school, we have for the grade 7 or first grading, it was the animal production, but wala nga yung content sa ano. But before I checked it and they were all present in the LMS. So when we already presented as well as introduced this to our classes, even the LMS, walang content. There were 4 modules, pero walang content. Kaya ang ginawa namin, nag-Google Class kami, tapos nag-Google Classroom kami, nag-Google Meet kami, yun na lang. Pero the animal production, wala talagang content. So we checked from the repository, that's why at meron yung 4, and so what we did is we uploaded it in our class, only to find out that there's no such content.
Okay.
So problema kami, tapos sabi nga wala naman yung mga lessons, wala naman yung lessons. Yung mga feedback ng mga student namin na nag-LMS, wala raw yung content. So ang ginawa ko talaga is we did the Google Meet, So ang ginawa ko na lang, yun lang. Okay. So as to para ma-equate din sa ina-impasirots namin na ibinigay namin sa mga modular klase namin na other sections. Yun ang ginawa ko. Ginawa namin dito sa school. Yun,
Okay.
yun lang, ma'am. Talagang walang content yung apat na sa LMS.
Sige.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for your question and then your mitigating activity na ginawa ninyo dahil sa walang content. Actually, wala po talagang content yung agricultural crop production at animal. Nagawa lang po siya ng pattern kasi supposedly ako po yung magde-develop doon. Pero hindi ko actually natuloy. Kaya bakit pinart nyo ba ng importation yon? Ma'am Althea, sa junior high school, kasi kayo po yung focal doon. Kasi di ba na-summarize natin ng yung mga kompleto for the junior high school. Si Sir Dennis, chinek nyo sana before nyo in-import sa Milan. But anyway, sige. Okay, but anyway, so since may mitigating activity naman, may activity done to address the challenge na ginawa na ninyo yung Google Classroom, okay lang. So, Ma'am Daphne, baka pwedeng, Ma'am Daphne, are you around? Ayan. Alam, may klase yata. Ma'am Daphne and Sir Dennis, paki-prioritize po yung animal, yung ginagawa ng yung lesson ng Milan. Please.
Sige, ma'am. Copy that.
Sir Dennis, oo.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan si Sir Daphne, si Ma'am Daphne. Ma'am Daphne, paki-prioritize po yung animal production. Baka hindi ko po hangkungay pa nga masango kasi I am doing an activity coordinating activity again for the city funded and magkakasunod na yung mga upskilling. Inuuna ko yung EIM tapos yung entrepreneurship program na nakalodge sa atin as the pilot. Kaya itoka ko na sa'yo, Ma'am Daphne, if possible na pwedeng magawa within this week. Anyway, animal crop production, meron tayong modules doon which you can copy. Pakitasking na lang sa mga participants natin sa junior high school po at sa exploratory courses.
Animal production.
Ma'am Daphne? Ayan, okay. Sir Ala, yes, sir?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Yan. So, di bale, i-PM ko yan. But noted, Sir Ala, so talagang sorry. So my part here is Sir Dennis, since lahat ng TWG and lahat ng participants, please check before importing kasi hindi po namin sinali talaga yung animal crop production. Poultry production po yun, sir. Poultry production, hindi po namin sinali yun. Agricultural crop production sana yung i-context is igagawin ko, kaya lang hindi ko na naharap. Kaya ginawan ko lang siya ng parts pero walang content yun. So before the importation, please check natin. Pero hindi na nakasali yun sa summary kaya hindi ko alam kung bakit naka-import yun, Sir Ala, sa inyo.
Ma'am, pero meron naman yung crop production. Meron yung crop production, pero wala
Yung animal, wala.
Yung animal production.
Okay. Kasi hindi talaga nakasali yun.
Okay.
Oo. Okay, sige. Thank you so much. Yung nakita ko kanina naka-raise hand is si Ma'am Amhistria or Amirstia. Okay, si Ma'am Amhistria, are you still here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Ayan,
Good morning
okay.
po. Good
Morning.
sa lahat.
Yes, go
Kasi,
ahead, Ma'am. You're recognized.
Kung ano po yung na-develop namin or na-digitize namin, kung meron man pong revision doon sa module na ganun po ang maibibigay namin sa mga bata,
Yes, ma'am. To give them equity. Actually, kung kayo din po, yes, ma'am, kung kayo din po yung nag-develop doon, kasi kayo din po yatang developer sa Irisan, di ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
And I believe very positive naman yung feedback that you are utilizing it. Kaya kayo na rin po yung mag-streamline doon sa develop module ninyo if there are some students who avail for digitized module lang or SLM only na walang ODL.
Okay, ma'am. So, is it okay, ma'am, kung halimbawa, kasi merong, for example, yung mga module na, since ako din lang naman po ang nag-develop, kung ano yung sa na lang doon sa ibibigay na module sa mga bata sa mga nag-opt for SLM. For example po, yung naka H5P, ginawang H5P, ganun. Okay lang po ba yun, ma'am? Wala po ba kayang na breach na something?
Pardon ma'am, medyo choppy nga yung transmission sa akin. Hindi ko alam kung yung internet ko o ano. Ano yun po ma'am, yung sample nyo? H5P
Yung halimbawa, yes ma'am, yung halimbawa po yung what is it ko, kinonvert doon sa SLM. Ma'am, okay lang po ba? Naririnig?
Yes ma'am, you're recognized. Oo.
Halimbawa po ma'am, doon sa digitized, para ma-swak sa LMS, may konting changes akong ginawa. Meron, nakalagay na siya sa parang ng tawag nito, yung parang naka-PowerPoint na in-upload sa H5P. And then since ang aim ko is kung ano yung nandoon sa digitized module, ganun na ganun din ang ibibigay ko sa SLM, okay lang po ba na parang ma-convert na yung itsura ng aking SLM na parang yung nasa digitized na siya, hindi na yung na-submit ko na develop module.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your question, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I-equate po natin yung CCP doon sa ibibigay na printed modules. Following pa rin yung binigay ko po kanina. Para hindi siya sasabihin na idagdag bawas. We will follow yung content, yung andun yung objective, yung introduction, yung lesson proper, formative assessment, generalization, written works, and performance tasks.
Ano yung inala po?
Okay, ma'am. Sige po.
Yes po. So, if you have redeveloped, ma'am, okay lang naman po kasi magiging last siya. So, learning activity sheets is actually based on our memorandum. It's one of our instructional material which can be given to the learners. Yan.
Okay, ma'am.
Yan.
Sige, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much also. So on deck na po si Ma'am Althea was raising her hand before Ma'am Cesaria. Yes, Ma'am Althea. A while back, so wala.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Ay, sige, good morning. Sige
Good
po,
morning,
ma'am.
ma'am. Napindot ko lang. Pero anyway, ma'am, doon kasi sa first quarter, may mga na-observe kami na gumawa pa rin ng pre-test. Okay lang ba sa itong second quarter? Or stick po tayo dito sa parts na pre-present nyo po? Kasi meron pa rin gumagawa ng pre-test.
Hindi na nga kasi siya yung pre-test actually natin, hindi na siya part ng CCP. Inalis actually, kaya nakita ninyo doon sa parts na present or from the region, hindi na natin ini-input yung pre-test doon. But rather, kung yung pre-test ay gawin nyo siyang review of prior knowledge as your introduction, pwede naman. Pero hindi tayo magdi-deviate sa present na po natin, ma'am. We will stick to that. However, strategically, if the pretest is put as an introduction, let's say kahit 5 question lang as your pretest, pero wag masyadong yung marami again na kasi yun tayo naglilimit tayo. Tapos merong quotes na that will guide them to the content, then pwede naman po. Pero that will be under introduction of the lesson, Ma'am Althea. Para paparehas po tayo ng definition as to parts ng ating course content packages.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am Frances, you're raising your hand. You are recognized po. Ay.
Hello po. Hello, sorry ma'am.
Yes.
Good morning po. Ma'am, may tanong lang ako regarding sa sa entrep. Kasi ma'am, natawag po kasi kami nung for the region nung mag-digitize for batch 1, 2, 3, 4, ganun po. Kasi may na digitize na po yung group ng entrep nun. So, okay na po ba yun or magde-develop pa po ulit kami, magre-redevelop pa po ulit kami for our division?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. We will be importing kung anong paki-PM mo na lang si Ma'am Cindy and ako kung ano yung mga weeks na dinevelop ninyo for quarter 2 para ipa-import natin sa ating ICT kay Sir Harris from region to division.
Okay, ma'am. Sige po. Thank you po.
Yes, oo. Para yung undeveloped intrep, yun po yung i-redevelop natin for quarter 2. Kasi I believe hindi lahat ng weeks na develop, 'di ba, Ma'am Frances, sa region. May mga
Yes, ma'am.
may list ako yung binigay ni Ma'am Jonna na week 1, week 2 lang, hindi nga siya full. Parang ipapilot pa daw nila kaya hindi full yung development. Kaya kung ano
Yes,
lang
ma'am.
po yung na-develop nyo, i-PM mo ako, ma'am, para yun ang ipa-import natin kay Sir Harris from the regional portal.
Okay, ma'am. Salamat po.
Okay. Thank you so much also. Okay. Recognized na po, Ma'am Cesaria.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Morning.
Yung concern lang po namin doon sa Irisan National High School about sa exploratory courses po. Sa grade
Yes
7 po kasi, ma'am, nag-offer kami ng carpentry. And then yung SLM, di ba, makukuha dapat siya sa text-based shield. Pero nung ikinumpare po namin, ma'am, yung content dun sa LMS, iba po. Locally developed. Tapos wala pong naka-upload na locally developed dun sa ating text-based shield. Kaya what we did, ma'am, na lang, kasi since meron kaming saved na copy ng mga ginamit namin last year, kinumpare namin doon sa LMS and then parehas naman. Kaya yun po yung print namin na SLM na binigay namin. Hindi na yung nanggaling sa text-based
National.
shield.
Oo. All right. Oo. Thank you, Ma'am Cesaria. Yes, ma'am. For grade 7 and grade 8, we are using the national learning material on set or on the start of K-12. Yun po yung resource natin. There are some localized developed materials in our division, pero hindi ko na po nasubmit man siya sa kaya lang pinalist priority muna ng region kasi nga meron na tayong learning resources coming from the national, which is the LM. Kaya wala yun po sa text-based shield sa region. Though, it was submitted pa rin last year po. Yan, last year. Okay? Kaya, okay lang.
Okay po, ma'am. Kaya lang yun nga po, ma'am, hindi kasi sila match. Kaya dapat yung equity nga na sinasabi nyo kasi kanina, ma'am, yun yung tinitingnan po namin. Pero anyway, naremedyohan naman po, ma'am.
Okay, yan. Okay. So, thank you for that. Yan. Oo. Yan talaga.
Sana po ma-upload na lang.
Oo, sige. Yung kasi yung mga self-learning modules na ginawa natin for grade 7 and 8 na pa sa region, kaya lang baka, sige, i-remind ko na lang kay ma'am ulit yung mga i-follow up ko kasi nung sinubmit natin on set ng last year, kasagsagan siya, kaya medyo sabi niya, anyway, meron ito, sabi niya. Okay, but we will follow up to that kasi kailangan pa yatang ma-QA yon at the level. Okay, bago nila i-upload sa text-based shield. But then, Ma'am Cesaria, thank you for addressing the challenge that you have done in your school. The challenge, the addressing activity naman is tama. Talagang tignan natin yung kung ano yung mas anong pwedeng gawin para we will be able to still perform the duty despite that challenge that you have encountered. And thank you for that action that you've done in Irisan National High School. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so any other queries po? Anybody raising the hand? Maybe we will entertain last two questions and then we will have the TWG time to give announcement as to how would they conduct now the succeeding activity. So last two questions po.
Ma'am J?
Yes po, Sir Chris.
Regarding po dun sa DTR ng first quarter, wala pa akong pangalan pero
Ay, sir, submit ka. I included you na, sir. Oo. In-include po kita kayo, you can submit.
Sige, ma'am, thank you.
Oo. Lahat po ng TWG ng first quarter, lahat po ng pina-develop ninyo, pasubmit nyo po yung DTR nila. Oo. Yes po, Ma'am Althea. Okay, last question na. Okay.
Ay, eto. Kay Sir Chris po. Sir Chris, sabay-sabay po tayo sa Monday. Kinulit, bibigay daw natin kay Sir Pablo.
Okay, so sabay-sabay para minsanan. Oo. All right, so yan lang po kung wala na pong katanungan. So we can have it now sa ating group chat po, meron po yatang shared file material. Pero yung attendance nyo po, TWG na lang po ang mag-check per attendance kasi binigay ko na po yung my full trust and confidence to them they will be the one to monitor po the attendance of the outputs and the learners, and most and for all is the technical assistance. So may we have announcement po coming from, let's start from senior high school. Ma'am Cindy, any announcement as to how you're going to conduct po the training workshop before we can have it offline?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ma'am MJ. Sorry, I haven't crafted yet the training matrix, pero it will be sent to the official GC ng senior high school group for the digitization. Ngayon po, ang mangyayari for today, of course, the rest of the day would be offline workshop na po tayo for senior high school. Mag-start na po tayo mag-craft ng ating modules. And then, second day din po is another offline. Yun po ata yung next nating Then the third day na lang po, dun po tayo magkakaroon ng demo teaching. So those who are interested to go for the demo teaching, pwede po tayong mag-send na lang ng message din sa ating GC. Then we will try nating i-fit siya sa schedule ng third day. And then, closing program na po yung nabanggit kanina ni Ma'am MJ. As for the dates, nabanggit po niya kanina, we will have majority na lang kung ano yung day ng closing natin. Doon na rin po yung day ng demo teaching natin as the third day of this training. Yun po. And then, I believe na-add na po tayong lahat sa GC natin. May bago po kasi tayong kasama from Pines and from Milan for the senior high school. Na-add na rin po naman po natin silang lahat sa GC. So doon na lang po tayo mag-a-announce, including attendance sheet po for the following days. So since 3 days po siya na workshop, may additional 2 more links po tayo for the attendance. Yun lang po, Ma'am MJ.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Cindy. Okay. May we have from the junior high school?
Ma'am, for junior high school, we are still crafting the training matrix. But for day 1 po, sa Monday po sana, since may mga new developers po, we will provide technical assistance for the new developers. But for the old developers, they can start the offline workshop. Same with day 2 offline workshop. And then, sa day 3, we will have a demo teaching and the closing remark.
Okay, yan. Okay. Thank you so much, Ma'am Althea. May we have from the elementary?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you po. Same with the elementary. I haven't crafted the matrix yet, but we will base it doon sa matrix na rin ng nasa memo. We decided that the presentation will be on the third day, and after that, after the presentation or the demonstration is our closing program na rin. And then for the attendance link, it will be posted or it will be shared to our elementary GC. And may I ask if we have new developers from the elementary? Kindly inform me so that I will request your account or para may enroll kayo. We will request it to Sir Harris para maka-join kayo doon sa course or doon sa grade level po natin sa LMS. If meron rin pong new developers, please inform me so we can conduct a training as well. And if none naman, we may start doing our LMS. Wait! Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much to our key focals for per key stages. So they have given their announcement. Okay. So ganito po yung gagawin natin. If there are demo teaching po there are participants who wants to do the demo teaching, we can schedule the demo teaching. Please inform me also to our sa mga TWGs. Please inform me. You can set it on 18 to 22 in any days, so that prior to your demo teaching, I can arrange this. Kung sino yung please, let's be open. Kung sino yung gusto ninyong mag-attend doon. If you want your school head to attend, please do so that we can do the communication for this demo teaching of the LMS CCP. Yan, within this week. Kung may mga ayaw po this week, we can have it on the 25 to 29. Okay, for the demo teaching. Just arrange it so that we can put in our timeline kung sino yung mga magda-demo teaching. And sino yung mga gusto ninyong observers for the demo teaching. Okay? So, syempre kung magda-demo po kasali po ang lesson plan. Yan, para ma-credit at masaynan din po ng mga online observers ninyo. Okay. Yan. Okay, and another announcement pala before we will end is yung baka nahihiya po silang magtanong mga TWG on how to enroll. Baka may mga bago talaga po nating mga developers. So, please, let's feel free. We are not intimidating. Hindi po kumakain yung mga ng tao yung mga TWG. Please feel free. They are very much willing to give you technical assistance. If you opt to have the virtual, just raise po to the GC. The GC is there for us to air our concerns in the achievement of this outcome and output of this training workshop. Yan. Thank you. Okay, yan lang po. Yan. Okay, Ma'am Cindy, recognize?
Yes, Ma'am MJ. Clarify ko lang po, do we have a limit? Kung ilan po yung magde-demo per key stages? Mayroon po bang number na
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. We will limit to 4 per key stages.
Noted, ma'am. Thank you.
4 per key stages. Kung may mga key stages na hindi mag-maximize sa 4, ibigay natin sa key stages na may willing to do the demonstration. Yan. Okay. Yes, Ma'am Audicar?
Ma'am, pahabol lang po pala. For the evaluation of the content po, when it comes to elementary, hindi po kami ang mag-evaluate when it comes to the content. Sa technical support po kami. Let me mention yung pong na-identify po ni Ma'am MJ, who will be evaluating for the grade 4 is ng content po is si Ma'am Mary Jane Adawi. And for grade 5 po, for the evaluation of content is si Ma'am Elena Ganado, and for grade 6 is si Ma'am Elizabeth Teng-Eg po. Yun lang po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Yan. Okay. So, yes po. May mga certain. Si Ma'am Adawi po for grade 4 kasi sila po yung nag-develop ng AFA ng elementary. Okay. The last but not the least, Ma'am Elena, you're recognized. Ma'am Elena, you're recognized. You're raising your hand.
Yes, ma'am. Okay po. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Narinig po ako?
Yes, ma'am.
Ano po? Okay. For the uniformity po sana doon sa grade 4 and 5 kasi po Filipino po yung ano po namin. So kung pwede pong for the introduction, we will use the word tuklasin sana. For the main topic, suriin. For the formative, we will use pagyamanin. For the generalization, isa-isip po ang gagamitin namin. Dito po sa pagsusulit, we've been using pagsusulit for the first quarter po. Pero when I was scrutinizing the other modules, may gumamit po ng tayahin. Kung pwede po sana na for the consensus of everyone, kung pagsusulit or tayahin po sana ang gagamitin para isa lang sana, hindi mahilo yung mga learners po natin. But for the performance, okay na po yung isagawa. Kasi po Tagalog po yung sa amin sa grade 4 and 5. So kung pwede po sana na pare-parehas din para hindi po mahilo yung mga learners natin.
Okay. Sige, i-reconcile na natin yung issue na yan. Okay. May I have the elementary group? Please chat in the chat pane kung ano po ang mas marami, tayahin o pagsusulit.
Yes po, ma'am.
Tayahin o pagsusulit. Please air kung ano po, ano ang ginagamit ng other learning areas para yun din po ang gagamitin natin. Is it tayahin or pagsusulit? Ma'am Elena, other learning areas.
Yeah, ma'am, tayahin po.
Okay. We will follow. Oo, tayahin. We'll go for tayahin, ma'am. Let's exclude the pagsusulit. Tayahin na lang, ma'am, para uniform lahat ng, kasi may mga self-contained na grade 4, specialized yung iba, departmental yung 5 and 6, or departmental yata yung iba. Pero may mga ibang school kasi na self-contained pa rin. Kaya, to make it uniform, tayahin na lang as it was here in our chat box. Oo, tayahin.
Okay.
Yan,
Sige
okay.
po. So, okay na po ba yun? Sa Kapoko Elementary po, grade 4 and 5. We'll just follow na lang po yung tuklasin, suriin, pagyamanin, isaisip, tayahin, and then isagawa.
Ayan. Okay. Yan.
Salamat.
Yan.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
noted. Noted, Ma'am Elena. So, tayahin. Okay. Okay, so, wala na po ba tayong katanungan? Yan. So if there will be no question, last ba na to? Ma'am Althea, last na? Okay, Ma'am Althea, you're recognized.
Ma'am, last na po. Wala pang nagagawang course content doon sa sa LMS. Makipag-coordinate na lang po kami nila Ma'am Hazel kay Sir Harris.
Yes, oo. Yes, please. Oo. Actually, lahat ng TWG, you are authorized to communicate with our ICT sa division level kay Sir Harris Dison. Nasabihan na po siya na ongoing ang ating LMS quarter 2 redevelopment. Yan. Okay, so if there are no questions, wala na pong katanungan. I think this is concluding that we have all understood, but whatever yung mga clarifications along our digitization offline workshop, then you may raise it sa ating group chats po. Okay? So may we have a prayer to be led by, sino pong maglilid ng prayer natin? Any volunteer to lead the prayer? But before the prayer, may humabol po ng kamay, si Ma'am Alexis. Yes, Ma'am Alexis, ano po ang last na po to ha?
Yes, ma'am, clarification. Yes, ma'am, yes. Good morning po. Ma'am, clarification po, yung mga nasali lang po ba sa quarter 2 digitization ang mag-digitize ng quarter 3? Ng quarter 2?
May isasali pa po ba tayong iba?
Ma'am, kasi po sa quarter 2 po, sa sa Kukiri, 3 po kaming mag-digitize.
Sino po yung kasama doon?
Si Sir Anthony Magpatok po. Ma'am,
Okay.
Kuya Juan, tapos ako po.
Okay, so ganito i-clear natin. Okay, basta yung mag-digitize, may output siya ha. Hindi yung ipapasa yung digitization sa iba. Okay, basta may output po. And then, paki-inform po si TWG, focal person, si Ma'am Cindy, para may idagdag po doon sa Google Sheet. Or you may edit the Google Sheet and then you add up your name. Final Google Sheet na po, ipapaano ko by next week, papare-upload natin for that. I know that there will be some part not only in the senior high, baka sa elementary din. Okay lang, Ma'am Alexis and Ma'am Cindy, basta i-update niyo doon sa Google Sheet natin for the LMSCCP participants quarter 2. Okay, so okay na po ba, Ma'am Alexis? Yan.
Yes po, ma'am. Okay na po. Thank you.
Okay, so kung wala na pong katanungan, may we have a closing prayer?
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you so much for your guidance
Thank you for being there always for us. And with this session that we just had today, we just give you all the glory. We thank you for this opportunity for us to be able to collaborate with one another as teachers for our learners. And may we still seek for your guidance as we go through with these series of workshops. And we just give you all the glory, Lord. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so with this concludes our day. Thank you so much for your time and effort. And again, thousand and million thanks to all. Okay, let's open our camera for the photo ops.
Yun.
Yan. Okay, open po tayo para mag-documentation si Sir Dennis. Send sa GC natin, Sir Dennis, para ma-folder ko na siya. Thank
Yes,
you.
Sige po.